everyone, I hope you're well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie and today's video is all about acne. If you're familiar with my channel, then you will know that I have acne. I've actually had acne for 10 years now. And if you also follow me on Twitter and Snapchat and watch my daily vlogging channel, then you will know that a month ago I started Roaccutane. If you don't know what Roaccutane is, I will leave a link to a web page about it below. You can also Google it. But it is a very intense medicine prescribed by dermatologists to help cure acne, basically. This is a very intense drug, as I'm sure you know if you know about Roaccutane. There's a lot of kind of controversy around it because of some of its side effects. The side effects are intense, so I wanted to kind of document my journey on this medicine for you guys, because I know I found videos like this so helpful when I was first prescribed it and when I first started taking the pills. So I wanted to kind of document my journey for those of you out there who are also going through this journey to clear skin. I am going to do a full video on my skin kind of history, my skin journey, where I talk about when I got acne, what triggered it, and I'm also going to put into that video how I got to be prescribed on Roaccutane, because it's a very hard medicine to get prescribed. Basically, your doctor can't give you Roaccutane. They have to refer you to a dermatologist to give you it, and there's a whole load of complications and procedures that go along with it, like pregnancy tests and monthly blood tests, etc. But I don't want to talk about that in this video. I want to talk in this video just about my first month on the medicine, my skin, what it looks like now. I want to talk about the side effects I've been having, basically a 1 month update on the drug. Please subscribe if you do want to see future videos on Roaccutane. I'm planning to do one of these videos every single month. I've also been filming a diary of my skin every single day on this medicine, so I'm also going to put that up in a couple of days time, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But basically that really just documents my skin and how it's changing and improving and not improving over the course of this medicine. So I'm planning to keep that up every single month. I think I'm going to be on this medicine for about 6 months, so that's an awful lot of content about this, but I really hope that you guys find it helpful. So let's get into my skin and the side effects. I started Roaccutane on the 24th of May 2016. My doctor prescribed to me 20 milligram of Roaccutane to take every day, one of these a day, and then alongside that he also prescribed me erythromycin. He prescribed me this alongside Roaccutane to help kind of lessen the initial outbreak. The skin is supposed to really purge on its first month, so he gave me that just to take for a month. To be honest, I don't think it really helped at all. I still had quite a bad breakout, but I will talk to you about that in a minute. The first week was completely fine. I didn't have any terrible side effects apart from I had 2 very intense headaches. They were hideous. Like, I hadn't had a headache that bad in a really long time. So bad, all I could do was lie in a dark room and go to sleep because nothing else was getting rid of them. I really don't know if that was an actual side effect of the pill, or if, I don't know, maybe I hadn't drunk enough water those days, but that was very bad and I hadn't had that in a while. Also in the first week I noticed that I had quite an itchy scalp. I have never ever had dandruff or anything like that in my entire life, but I found that I started to get dandruff. This video might be TMI, I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to be completely honest. So yeah, I noticed that when I lift kind of my hair up, I had lots of flakes here, and that has only continued to get a lot worse throughout the month. My mom had a look at my head the other day and was like, Katie, if I just touch your scalp, loads of skin just falls away, like it's super dry. I've started using Head and Shoulders shampoo, which I guess has helped a little bit. Yeah, that was the kind of first side effect that I initially saw. The second was dry hands. I don't know, most of the videos I've watched with this, people seem to get the dry lips and the dry skin first, but I got dry scalp and dry hands. My hands, even now, they're just completely flaking. They're very dry, but that really doesn't bother me too much at all. The second week I realised that my skin was starting to flake quite a bit. I filmed a clip in my skin diary, which will be coming up in a few days time. I will leave a link when it goes live in the down bar for this. But I put makeup on and I realised that I looked hideous because my makeup was just cleaned all the dry patches. So I found a flannel to take my makeup off every evening, or a muslin cloth. That's really helped to get rid of that kind of flakiness, so I don't really have flaky skin anymore. It's completely bearable if you just make sure you kind of gently scrub away that dead skin and moisturise a lot afterwards. In the second week as well, that was when I started getting my dry lips. They just felt very tight, and they still do now. Like, they're not dry, they're not flaking, they're not sore, they're just super tight. And if I don't put lip balm on a million times, then it will feel like I'm wearing, I don't know, like a mask where I can't move my lips. It's just not a very nice feeling. So I haven't had any cracked, like, dry skin yet or anything like that on my lips, but they just don't feel like my lips, if that makes sense. Also, just to mention, I have my next appointment in a couple of weeks and I fully expect him to up my dose. So when that happens, I think my side effects probably will get a lot more intense and a lot worse. So if they do, I'll keep you updated in the next one. Also, throughout the first 2 weeks, I noticed that I was getting a lot of whiteheads. I don't really get whiteheads. My spots are more kind of cystic, under the skin spots that never really come to a head but leave a scar. That is my acne. I guess it's cystic acne. So I'd never really suffered from whiteheads before, but I noticed that I was getting a lot of them in the first 2 weeks. Like, I would wake up with 3 or 4 new whiteheads on my chin. Yeah, mainly around the chin area, and I was fine with that, because to me that meant that my skin was getting better and it was purging and it was getting rid of all the rubbish underneath. So I was absolutely fine with that. Like, I just gave them a little pop and be done with it, be gone with them. You'll be able to see those in the skin diary as well. But by the 3rd week, my skin had completely broken out with cystic spots and whiteheads. I had spots in the most bizarre places. Like, I had loads in my eyebrows, I had one on my eyelid, which I'd never had a spot on my eyelid before. I had a massive cystic spot on the side of my nose, my chin, and my cheeks were all flared up. I will insert a clip that I find quite hard to watch back now, from, I think it was day 18 on the medicine. I'm going to insert that clip now, but you'll be able to watch it in full in the skin diary that's coming up. Day 18. Today's really hard. My skin hasn't been this bad in a really long time. I don't feel beautiful at all. And my confidence is really low today, and I'm supposed to be going out tonight. So yeah, as you can see, that was a really low point. I was so self-conscious, I was so down, and I didn't want to leave the house. I actually nearly cancelled going out because I just felt so rubbish about myself. But I picked myself up and carried on, and luckily enough, a week later my skin was looking great again. I posted a picture on Twitter of my skin on that day and a week after, and the difference was incredible. Like, it cleared up really quickly after that. By day 23, my skin looked good. It felt very flat and very smooth. Like, throughout this whole time, my skin has just felt softer and smoother, which I've never had before. When I've had acne, it's always been lumpy and bumpy and just not very nice to touch. But yeah, that's a big improvement I've seen. My skin feels a lot nicer. But saying that, I still had a lot of scarring and redness, and I've still got that now. So I'm going to pop a picture up here of my first day on Roaccutane and the end of my first month on Roaccutane. So you can see the difference after a month. I'm really happy with the difference so far. Another side effect as well, I'd read a lot about this happening to people, but my skin is so sensitive in the fact that if I get a tiny scratch, like the tiniest little nip, it will be a full-blown like scratch. So I don't know if you can see this, but I had a massive scratch down my arm. I don't even know where it came from. Like, it didn't even register when I did it, but my skin is scratching a lot more than usual. Like, I've got a little nick on my finger here. I don't even know how I did it, but it's very red. To be honest, all of these side effects I really don't mind. My skin is improving, and that's the main thing. Like, if you've had acne for 10 years like I have, all of these side effects are minuscule in comparison to the amount of times I felt low in confidence and ashamed of my skin and myself and embarrassed. So all of these are like hardly matter in comparison to what I've been through. So I'm well up for the next 5 months. I think it will go quite quickly. One thing I am worried about is the fact that you can't go out in the sun when you're on Roaccutane because your skin's a lot more sensitive to the sun. I'm going on holiday in, I think, at the end of month 2, start of month 3, and I'm really worrying about that. I've bought some massive hats to protect my face. I've also been wearing SPF 50 every single day as well, but I just want to make sure that I really take care of my skin over the next few months because I know it will thank me for it. So I'm also going to do some blog content alongside this, and I also want to do a skincare regime video on what I use on my skin to take my makeup off and to moisturise, etc. whilst I've been on Roaccutane. So I'd probably do that in a couple of months once my skin gets a lot more dry, because then I'll know the full extent of it. What I will say for now is Carmex is my godsend. I have about one of these in every single room of the house, and if I can't find it I go a bit mental, but it's the best thing that I've been using on my lips. So definitely recommend Carmex. I also know that this medicine is also very controversial because of the fact that it is linked to some depression in people and suicide in quite severe cases. I don't think my mood has changed that much, but someone left me a comment on my vlog recently asking if I'm pregnant, and I asked them why, and she said because the mood of these vlogs seem to be different. I don't think my moods have changed, and I certainly don't think that they've changed on my vlogging channel, not that I'm aware of. People around me haven't said that my mood has changed at all. I feel fine. There are obviously days when I feel quite down. I am quite a sensitive and emotional person anyway. I cry a lot anyway. I guess I just feel a bit fragile sometimes, but that is normal for me. But if I was to feel quite low or depressed, which I would know because I have felt those things before, then I would definitely tell my doctor and my family to look out for me. And I really hope this video has helped some of you who are also going through it. Sorry if it's been very talky, but I just wanted to get everything across. I will leave links to everything that I mentioned in the down bar, and I will see you next month for my 2-month update. I will see you soon, guys. Bye!